And when we have the chance, we need to influence them properly, okay? And I'm gonna, after this slide, I'm gonna stop there. So we talk about Kahneman and thinking fast and slow, and there was an article, Thaler's article, assigned to you this week, and then we will keep talking about them. But basically, what's interesting, like I said, Kahneman says, he doesn't do the research on his own, of course. Like Tversky and Kahneman, they were like good colleagues and co-authors. They did so many research together, but only Kahneman get Nobel Prize. And do you know why only Kahneman get Nobel Prize but not Tversky? Even if they did all the research together?
One was mathematician?
No, actually, one was not alive at the time, unfortunately. So you have to be alive to get Nobel Economic Prize. So that's, I think, in my opinion, it's stupid, right? So they can still give it to his family or other people. But yeah, Kahneman is still alive. That's why he got the Nobel Economic Prize in 2002, even though they were psychologists and doing research in psychology. And that's another reason why modern economists don't like behavioral economists, because they are our competitors now. They are also winning Nobel Economic Prize. But he summarizes all of this biased or irrational behavior under prospect theory. So Thaler actually made it more popular. But there are a lot of experiments done in different countries, in different contexts, and they find so many, actually they revealed so many new things that we didn't know before. Understanding human behavior and their purchase behavior. Thaler also got Economic Prize later, especially he contributed to understanding of people's savings, right? So in their investments and other type of savings. And in the book, this is one of the famous books. I might even give this as a prize next time as well. It says, as you can from the title, we have two thinking mechanisms in our brain: fast thinking and slow thinking. So fast thinking is like something that you cannot shut, like I said, right? It's always on when you wake up, and there is no way turning it off. So it's always on, but the thing is, it is highly biased, based on your experience, based on your learning, based on the truth, even if they are not true, right? So, and we are going to share some of them as well, right? So you always think that experts are right. It sounds right? When I say experts are right, or doctors are right? But there are a lot of let's say, false diagnosis that doctors are making every day, right? And even though they are expert, they are still human. And they are affected by the contextual factors. So that's another thing that Thaler is saying. He says, if, let's say, you have an argument in the morning with your partner, and you are a doctor, or you are a judge, and you need to make an important decision later in the day, since you are not in a good mood, you might make a wrong decision, right? Even if you are really expert in your area, you are one of the best, you are human, and that factor might affect your decision, even if you are doing it every day, right? So you might actually take a wrong decision. So those are all different noise behavior. Actually, Kahneman's new book that he published 2 years ago is called Noise. And he is looking at those effects, right? So why even experts are making a lot of wrong decisions or taking a lot of wrong decisions. And yeah, so we will learn some of them next week, especially framing and anchoring and nudging and other type of things. But basically, what Thaler is saying, we talk about this a bit, and in terms of mental accounting, he says, so same price, but you might prefer to pay with the credit card, right? So instead of paying with cash, even though you know that you are going to pay the exact same amount. I'm not talking about installments and everything. Just postponing the payment a few days, you are not using the money in your bank account. It still stays there, and you are going to pay the credit card 2 days after. You still prefer to pay with your credit card. No reason, but there's a pain of paying. You don't want to lose that money. That endowment effect sometimes affects us, and you can easily pay with cash actually, but you don't want to do it, right? Or with your debit card, let's say, not credit card. And yeah, sometimes also our frame of reference, £1,000 for a business ticket to India is okay, but £1,000 for a bike is too much. Depending on if you're a cyclist, I can see a bike there. For example, whose bike is this? So for you, it's not that much, of course. So you already paid.
Way more than that.
Yeah, you already paid a lot if it's the Brompton, right? But maybe for you, the other way around, right? You don't like to pay £1,000 for business tickets because for 6-hour, 8-hour flight, why do you pay 1,000? Or do you pay? I don't know, right?
No,
So it's so that is the mental accounting. So based on your, the place that you grew up, or the people around you, or your like values and then other habits, some things might be totally out of a boundary, right? So even if for others it is totally justifiable. Okay, well, we will cover all of those next week. Let's keep it here. Thank you for joining. I will see you next week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.